Hi friends, what's up? And welcome to day 5, the final 5th day of our messenger marketing course. And today, I think that it's safe to say that we've really saved the best for last. Today, we're going to look at 2 topics that really combine everything that we've taken a look at over the past 4 days. And that is how to broadcast messages and how to set up free retargeting in a really smart and strategic way. So it's our last day, indulge me, in a few, and so it's our last day. So go ahead and indulge me and let me just go over, my top 3 reasons of why I love messenger marketing, why I use it all the time, and why I think that you should use it all the time too. So number 1, it's free. So it's like no other tool out there. So as compared to all of the money that you are spending on Facebook ads and on Google AdWords, messenger marketing is completely free. You do not need to add a single cent to your budget. Number 2, there is an 80% open rate to messenger marketing campaigns, and that is compared to a 15% open rate for email campaigns. And finally, number 3, there's a 4 to 10 times increase in click-through rates on messenger marketing campaigns as compared to click-through rates on email campaigns. Because if we remember correctly, email campaigns have about a 3% click-through rate. So, and conversely, messenger marketing campaigns have about a 20% open rate. So those are some really exciting stats that I would like you to take home with you, take it home in your pocket, spread the word, tell everybody how amazing this is. In fact, validate it yourself and get those percentages working for you. And having said that, I'm going to move on now and just speak to you a little bit about, again, problems with the slides, speak to you a little bit about what broadcasting is, how it works, and how Facebook as a platform overview. I just want to start with the fact that there's 2 kinds of messages that we work with messenger bots. So the first is our standard messages, and these are the ones that we are familiar with. So these include any messages that are instigated by your audience by some sort of entry point. So that may be a message initiated by them, or it may be them clicking a call to action button on one of your ads or commenting on a comment messenger bot. So those all fall under a standard message. And then you also have subscription messages, which relates to the broadcasting bots that we're going to be speaking about today. And subscription messages are basically, they're kind of like an email newsletter in a way. So, but there is a lot of rules. So we'll go over those later. But basically what it involves is scheduled content over the course of a longer period of time that your audience has basically opted into, just like they would opt into a newsletter. And this is the kind of content that also, just like an email newsletter, they always have the option to unsubscribe from. But basically until that point, it gives you a kind of a bigger window to continue passing along really exciting information and sort of recurring news and whatnot that is relevant to your industry via a message. So let's go over some rules and policies by Facebook regarding these standard messages and subscription messages. My voice really peaked there. So when it comes to standard messaging, you basically have a 24-hour window to respond to your audience after they have started a conversation with you. And once you're out of this 24-hour window, you basically have one more chance. You're allowed to send one more message, or a bot is even allowed to send one more message outside of the 24-hour window. So this is generally called the 24+1 rule. And what it means is that in the case of our follow-up bot or something like that, we're limited to sending a follow-up within 24 hours for this very reason, because Facebook has a policy that you can't, constantly spam your your audience with bots and promo content. Because what's also necessary to know with standard messages is that in this case you can send promotions. So the discount offers that we were sending, or lead magnets, or trip calculators, or anything like that that could be viewed as promo content are valid on standard messages. Conversely, subscription messages rule out promotional content, and if you think about it, this totally makes sense. So, well, it makes sense when I tell you this, that basically with subscription messages, the 24+1 rule is out. So you can send a subscription message. You can set a subscription message to be sent to some of your audience in 2019 if that's a special year for them. In June 19th, 2019, you could set a subscription message to be sent out. And if Facebook Messenger was still active and they still had a Facebook profile, they would be able to receive it. There would be no Facebook policy standing in the way of that. Or in any case, there isn't one yet. And basically, this means that there's no promotional content so that you're not allowed to constantly send promotional offers and really just saturate, the attention span and the inboxes of your audience. And that's not even something that you necessarily want to do. So if you are working with subscription messages, keep it to news, productivity, and personal tracking, personal updates, that kind of thing that is really specific to that audience. And keep in mind that you need to have an option for your recipients to opt in. So this means, at the very least, giving them the option to unsubscribe if you have sent them a subscription message, and are broadcasting to them. But in the best case scenario, this would mean allowing somebody to choose how often they would want updates from you, and potentially even segmented to what they would want updates about or what kind of updates they're looking for. And we're going to take a look at how to make that happen with variants, quick reply variants, and buttons in just a second. So hang tight. I'm going to first take you over to our What's Help dashboard, and using our trusted partners, the Unicorn Writing Camp in Bloomington, Indiana, we're just going to take a look at what this entire interface looks like. So here we are. The usual suspect is here, What's Help. And today we're going to take a look at this broadcasting tab right here. So when I click on it, you'll see that the first thing that shows up is the Sent Broadcast dashboard. And I haven't sent broadcast yet for the Unicorn Back Writing School. So this is obviously empty. The same holds true for drafts and scheduled. This is just, we're starting from scratch here together. So I'm just going to walk you through the workflow here. And then actually what we're going to do is take a step back, learn a little bit about managing subscribers and adding tags and being able to segment your audience. And then we'll go through a live demo from A to Z with what such a broadcast would look like for your business. So the first thing that you want to do, that you can do that you want to and should do and also are able to do in this process, is to segment your audience. So there are a few steps here. And I'm going to skip the first step and come back to that. The second step is to add a rule. And there's a couple of ways that you can segment your audience. You can segment them by tag. So if you guys remember, these are the people that signed up for my 3-day offer. I can broadcast to this group of lucky people if I wanted to. I can segment them by the first contact that we had. So if these are somebody that we have spoken to a week ago and we want to reach out to them and see if they're interested in getting periodic updates from us, then we can reach out to, based on, I don't know, some interactive calculator or something we sent them, then that's somebody that we can broadcast to. We can go based on how many conversations have been had. Was the relationship nice? Did we click? I don't know. Did we talk a lot? Who knows? These are things that you may or may not want to segment on. And then, of course, name, email, and phone. And then finally, channel. And this is what channel that we've spoken on. So here you'll see that the only channel that I've connected is, of course, the Unicorn Writing Messenger platform. But if you have a couple channels here, this is, of course, how you can segment them based on, so that you don't mix up, awkwardly the unicorn back riders with the kraken swimmers, because that would just, not make any sense and really probably make a few people angry, if not offended. So the next step, of course, is to compose. Here you can make equally media-rich messages to your audience, but we really advise you to keep it simple here, especially if you're going to be broadcasting often. Short and sweet, make it sustainable for yourself and make it sustainable for your viewers to watch. So keep it to some sort of text update, add a picture or a file or a video, but KISS is a really good rule to follow here. Keep it simple, stupid. You can also add buttons. So if you have a weekly weather update for unicorn back riding that you send out as a download, let's say, why not? Then you can have a button that says, I'll check the weather. And that will either take them to a URL, or you could have some sort of phone line that makes this possible and lead them to a phone call, or have an open or have a team member on it that is able to have a conversation with them so they can chat with an agent, or you can add an action here. And as per usual, actions involve, you can add or remove a tag, and the tags would actually, if you wanted to add a tag, they would have to be existing tags in this case. So we'll take a look at that in a little bit. But also we can set the field value to an email or phone number. And we can also, very excitingly, start a new bot. So if you have a broadcast that is being sent out, and then you want to take the message over to a standard bot and have a conversation there about the weather, then you can do that, and you can just start setting up these conversation trees. And what is exciting here is let's say it's this unicorn 3-day offer. And what is exciting here is that you can have more than one bots, of course. So, if somebody's not interested in checking the weather, they may be super interested about watching your latest unicorn back riding video. And you can go ahead and take them over to a URL, some sort of exciting URL with unicorn back riding with this button. Now, I don't have this video on hand with me because it's still at the editors, but I will definitely make sure to go back and finish this bot flow. So as you can see, it's a little bit of a pared down version of the composing workflow that we know and love. But with broadcast, as I said, we like to keep it simple and linear. Or actually, it's not linear, it's multilinear, but we at least like to keep the original messaging simple, and then we can take it from there for some, as I said, bot-on-bot action. Finally, we arrive to the confirmation, and we don't have a message here yet. I'm going to add one. I'll say, what's up? We'll enter a title, and I'll call this the Unicorn 3-Day Offer Broadcast, because if I remember correctly, those are the tags that we targeted, and I can schedule a time. So as I said, this time is not restricted to 24-hour windows, probably not even 24 years. If you really wanted to test that, let me know if you do. And you can choose any time, and you can schedule sending. And just like that, your broadcast is scheduled. So I hope that was clear and exciting for you guys. And now I'm going to pop right into the next segment of our video today, which is how to set up a bot that will help you manage these subscriptions in the first place. So like I said, the rule here is that you have to have your bot subscribers actually, your subscription bot subscribers actually subscribe to your subscription bot. And you can do this with a comment to messenger bot or an ad bot by allowing them to unsubscribe later on after they have downloaded something, or by sending them, for example, some sort of lead magnet or something like this. So what I'm going to do now is actually show you a really smart way that you can build a bot to manage your subscriptions in a much less obtrusive and Facebook policy friendly way using a bot. So we'll go to our usual bot interface, and I'll call this one Unicorn Ranch Subscription Manager. And I'll go through my usual spiel. And I'm going to make this a standard bot here that is triggered, that I can add on to any of my 3-day offers or anything like that. So I can basically have this send once anybody has reacted to any of our previous messages, because this is just a general subscription bot that I want to add here. If this is a different kind of update bot, for example, you are having a I don't know, Final Four countdown for the NAACP. I don't know that much about sports, but something like that. And every single day you're going to be sending out awesome news about team stats and everything like that. Then by all means, make a Facebook ad campaign for it and have people opt into the bot that way. So just think about what you're offering here and what kind of updates you want to be sending, and choose the bot format that makes the most sense for your purposes. I'm going to add the standard bot because this is a general subscription sign-up option. So I'm going to type in my message here. Hey, horse lover, or first name. We have awesome updates from time to time about the ranch. Would you like to receive them? If yes, how often? And of course, this is just off the top of my head, but I will kind of leave it up to your discretion how you want to organize all of that messaging. Next up, as our step 2, we're going to add our quick replies. So I'll click the Add Quick Reply option. And here, what I'm going to do is set up different frequency options for each recipient of this message. And based on which option they choose, I'm going to set a field so that I can later on manage or segment all of the responses that I get and set my broadcasts to correspond with them. So let's start off with once a week, and we'll make that the reply title, and we'll add the action. And the way that we're going to segment and categorize these different responses is by setting a field value. So here I have a set field value. In my list of values, I've added frequency. So this is actually what I want to be setting here with this reply. And here in this last field, I'm going to add the value. So how frequent, and I'm going to add week here. Let's make this a little bit more. So yes, I do, once a week. Okay, moving along quickly, I'm going to add the next one. Okay, and moving right along, I'm going to add the next one, and this is going to be, I'm going to set this for people who subscribe once a month. I will set the field value to frequency and tag them as month. And then finally, I'm going to add an option that allows them to opt out of our newsletter. And actually, because this is the case, what I'm going to do is not set field value, but rather clear the field value of frequency. And then I have another one here, another field value that is relevant here, which is subscription. And I'm going to set this field value to subscription, and I'm going to say no. Or rather, maybe unsubscribe. Just like that. And here we have all 3 of our quick replies all lined up and ready to be responded to. My last step here is going to be a simple text card where I will write a confirmation message that they'll get once they choose a subscription frequency or the unsubscribe method. Thanks. Your notification preferences have been saved. And that is that. I save and close. And our bot is ready to go. What do we do with it now? We have a subscription manager. Well, let's tie this in with the broadcasting option that we went over before. And let's go ahead and send this to, let's see, any of these rules. Anyone who signed up for the 3-day offer. So we'll send it to this segment, and I will add a button here titled Manage Notifications. Here it's going to be action, and our action is going to actually be to start the bot that we just created. So that is our Unicorn Ranch subscription manager. I'll press save, and of course I'll write a little bit short little message here to go along with the button. Short and sweet. Hi, first name, are you interested in updates from our Unicorn Ranch? So that's all we really need there, and the rest will be very straightforward. Of course, we wouldn't be anywhere if we didn't test our bot before we made it live. So by clicking view on messenger.com, you can see exactly what this bot looks like in real life. And here it is. I've clicked the button, and we see all of the quick replies that we just set up. So yes, indeed, I do want to hear about them once a week. And finally, our thank you message shows up. Awesome, right? So everything seems to be in order. Everything works great. I will make this my subscription management broadcast. And schedule this to go out next week after my 3-day offer campaign is complete, for example, or doesn't really matter. For me personally, when it's going to go out, it's more about what makes sense with your campaigns. And here, you'll see the broadcast right here in our scheduled list. There you have it. There's an opt-in bot. And after that, once you have everybody tagged, you'll be able to segment your audience and play around with that, and basically add, if you have a general subscription bot, to other bots that you're sending out, for example, Facebook ads bots or comment to messenger bots. So that was our little tip and trick for the day here. Ooh, face is jumpy. And the final topic that I want to touch on today, our final day, are retargeting. And like I said at the very beginning of this video course today, the exciting thing about this kind of marketing is it's free. So sending a follow-up is free, and you don't have to even spend energy on it because you set up the bot once and it automatically follows up with your customers and leads and audience by itself after that, magically, if you will. So basically, if you have an offer and somebody hasn't reacted to that offer, then as we discussed a few video courses before, and we're going to take a look at this bot again, you can send a follow-up within that 24-hour window and maybe give them a bigger offer, or maybe just check in with them again and see if they forgot that you sent the original offer, but probably add them a bigger offer to make it more enticing. And if you still haven't gotten this person to convert, then you are able to send that +1 message, so 24 + 1, within 48 hours of your original message, and give them a free gift or an even bigger discount or something like that. So let me show you what that looks like. So basically we had our Unicorn 3-day offer, and I'm going to go ahead and edit this. if I can, and click next. And as you know, here we already set up our follow-up standard bot. So actually, I've done the work for myself here last time. And what I'm going to do again now is create a final follow-up, second follow-up free gift for this entire spiel. I'll make it a standard bot, and haven't heard back from you. Would love to see you at the ranch. To the ranch. So here's a free day of riding on us. I'll add a button. Let's ride. And I will, let's say I'll start a bot that sends them the free offer that they opted into at this point. So let's say I had another free offer. I will have added that, and I'll click next. I'll set live. I'll save and close. And then I'll go back to my original follow-up. So here we have our second follow free gift, and here we have our unicorn backwriting 3-day follow-up. I'll click edit. I'll go to the compose window, and I will click follow-up message. And yeah, let's say if phone is unknown, or if tag is, let's say we have a tag that is like no response or something like that from somebody who hasn't, or no conditions, then we will follow up within that 23-hour window with our second follow free gift. And that is your 3-step follow-up process right there. So like I said, I mean, of course you can take some time to craft your messages a little bit more beautifully and elegantly, and maybe add some text and pictures. But basically, this is super easy to set up. And once you have that done, it's super automatic, and you'll be able to just set it and forget it. So that was, believe it or not, our last topic that we're going to cover on our video course. And with that, I would like to give you a huge thank you for sticking with me, for watching all of these videos, and for really taking the time to try out Messenger. And if you haven't tried Messenger, check out what'shelped.io, create your first bot. There's a 14-day free trial and just like a ton of resources on the blog. You'll see a lot of ideas, a lot of case studies, just a whole wealth of resources out there for you to really dig into messenger marketing and make it work for you. So get out there, get it done, give it a try, and write to us with any questions, any suggestions, anything that you'd love to see a video about, because I would love to see what you guys are curious about and see what you guys want to learn more about. So I hope this is farewell and not goodbye, or I'm not really sure how that cliche goes, but I really hope that I'll be able to see you guys soon in the future with some more exciting videos and more exciting tips. And I wish you all the best of luck with your messenger marketing. Thanks, and bye.